Hello, let's do Wordle number 958. And today's theme is chess, which is such a huge topic. I couldn't possibly cover everything, but there is something that I think I would really like to talk about. So I did some good research for this one. Again, not fact checked super well. So hopefully my general theme is important here and hopefully my facts aren't too far off. But yeah, I'll do my best to present this as well as I can. But the aspect of chess I wanted to talk about, and as a computer programmer and a computer programmer who's very interested in Sudoku solvers and things like that, is I thought I would talk about the history of non-humans playing chess, specifically automatons, computers, machines playing chess. So the earliest thing that I want to talk about is actually the mechanical Turk, which was invented in 1770 by Hungarian inventor Wolfgang von Kempelen. And I'm going to get all these names horribly wrong, so I may as well embrace that. And he wanted to impress Empress Maria Theresa of Austria-Hungary. So what he claimed was that it was an automaton that could play chess against human opponents. Spoiler alert, it wasn't actually, but it's kind of interesting anyway. So what he did, it's kind of similar to what magicians do these days, right? Where they're able to fool people into thinking something is what it's not. So it was a large wooden cabinet with a life-size model of a human head and torso, and it was dressed in Turkish attire. So that's why it got its name, the Turk. And in the front of the cabinet, it displayed a chessboard, and there was like machinery inside to aid the illusion. But the operating mechanism was actually a human chess master hidden inside of it. This chess master would control the movements through magnets and levers, pretty clever design. And also, before the human was put in there, von Kempelen would display various compartments with machinery in it, which aided in the illusion. So he would show all this off, and then the human would sneak in. The Turk ended up touring the world and even played against Napoleon and Benjamin Franklin. It had multiple operators over its 84 years of operation. Many of them were renowned chess masters of their time, and so the Turk often beat other human opponents. But unfortunately, it was eventually destroyed in 1854 in a fire in a Chinese museum in Philadelphia. And though many had suspected up to this point, there was sort of a slow simmer of like, is this thing really real? It was kind of officially revealed as a hoax by physician and writer Silas Weir Mitchell in 1857. But even so, it did inspire so many debates on the possibilities and limitations of mechanical and electronic computing. So let's fast forward to the 1950s, 1960s. Claude Shannon and Alan Turing did work on theoretically how a computer might play chess and play chess against humans. But the computers at the time weren't quite good enough, so it was all theoretical. But then the 1970s, 1980s had rapid improvements in both chess software and computer hardware, of course, which led to computers that could defeat amateur players. So, for example, Chess 4.x, which I think is really just, there was a 4.0 and then versions beyond. It was developed in the early 1970s by a team from University of Southern California. It was written in assembly language, which in the early 70s, that shouldn't be too surprising, but it's still impressive. And it introduced a lot of developments and enhancements to chess, such as improvements in search algorithms, evaluation functions, and efficiency. So a search algorithm is how it searches the space of possible moves. Evaluation function is how it evaluates whether the current board is good or not, like putting some number to how good is this board. And then efficiency in terms of how much it can do that and how it does that efficiently. It actually won the third North American Computer Chess Championship of 1972. And the program was able to look several moves ahead, which contributed to its success and also influenced the future development of chess software. Now, of course, the most iconic showdown between computer and human in the chess world was in 1996 and 1997, where it was IBM's Deep Blue versus Garry Kasparov, who was the reigning world champion in chess. It was the first computer to ever defeat him under standard chess tournament conditions, and that was in 1996. And then in 1997, it won an entire match against him. I feel like this was kind of the key moment where people suddenly realized, hey, computers are going to surpass humans one day, and humans aren't going to be able to catch up to that. Since then, the open source chess engine Stockfish has become renowned for its exceptional strength and depth of analysis. It utilizes advanced search algorithms, evaluation functions, and machine learning techniques in order to evaluate millions of positions per second. And that's kind of a testament to the power of utilizing the global open source community, right? If Stockfish wasn't open source, it couldn't have gained its renown and abilities as much as it could have. Stockfish has also significantly impacted the world of chess in terms of how players of all levels will use it to help analyze their play and study tactics at various points in the game, like early game, mid game, late game. And it's also just in general impacted how chess is played and how chess is taught. And then kind of as a culmination of things to come, DeepMind came along, which is a subsidiary of Alphabet. So it's kind of a Google adjacent company. They created AlphaZero. They unveiled it in December of 2017. And the key thing with AlphaZero was that it was trained entirely from scratch against itself. It did not use any human games to train and no human-built algorithms to train. Instead, it used what's called a reinforcement training algorithm, where it would play tons and tons and tons of games against itself, learn from those games, and adapt from there. It discovered and refined strategies all on its own, and it ended up winning convincingly against Stockfish 8, which at the time was the most advanced chess software. It played 100 games against Stockfish 8. It won 28 of them. It drew 72 of them, and it lost none of them. So yes, a very convincing win. And Stockfish is like the culmination of humans attempting to make a good chess program, whereas AlphaZero, it literally was just a machine learning reinforcement algorithm that played the game against itself with no human intervention, and it actually very, very quickly surpassed anything humans were able to create. Through more direct means, I should say. Obviously, humans created AlphaZero as well, but the point is that humans don't know how AlphaZero works. It's very much a black box system. And this technique is now used in a variety of applications, including, so DeepMind also created AlphaGo, which was the first piece of software to be able to defeat world-class Go players. And then they created AlphaGo Zero, the zero meaning no human data. And so it did not train from human games. It's more like AlphaZero for chess. And by training against itself only using these similar reinforcement techniques, it quickly surpassed even AlphaGo and all the human world champions. So it seems like this sort of trend of not using human data for these things is actually helping the computers improve in a much more quick fashion and end up being better at these things. And in addition to that, AlphaGo Zero has discovered and refined strategies and theories of Go, some of which have never been explored in the game's 1,000-year history. It's such an old game. And it's made discoveries. So it's very similar to chess, where the future of Go is probably similar, mirroring the future of chess, where you're going to be using these computer programs to study play and tactics and make significant improvements to your play and how you learn the game. So I'm going to end with some philosophic points here. The fact that games like chess and Go have been mastered by computers beyond any human capability, when previously both of those things were very much considered to be things computers would never surpass humans at. So let that sink in. Because we're already seeing AI, the buzzword AI, take over so many aspects of our lives. It's improving at an incredible rate. And a lot of people are legitimately scared that, their jobs are in danger of being replaced by AI. And what are they going to do when their job's replaced by AI? That future seems pretty much inevitable at this point, and I don't know how many jobs are actually safe from this. Far fewer than you may think, or maybe you're agreeing with me that most jobs could be replaced by AI. So are we going to live in a Star Trek style post-scarcity society where you just work on improving yourself and you don't have to work in order to survive? Or are we going to live in one of the dystopian sci-fi societies where, jobs have been completely displaced and people have been forgotten? So I know which one I want to live in. But yeah, I think that this future is coming much faster than anyone really wants to admit. And I think we as a society need to start adapting soon to that reality, and building in the appropriate safety nets so that humans are still surviving in this world. Because it's going to get to the point where there is no scarcity if it's distributed properly. But will it be distributed properly? So things to think about, and a little glimpse into my own politics. But all right. So with all that said, why don't we solve this Wordle? So for the chess theme, Casey suggested queen for the queen and knight because we can't put the K in front. It's too long. These are my two favorite chess pieces. I think they're the most interesting chess pieces, the queen and the knight. So there you go. That's why I chose Casey's start. And I also thought it would be interesting letters. Unfortunately, no Q today. We do have an E and T in place. There is not another E. So what are we putting between this E and T? It could be EAT. Can't do great. Great would be great because then we could say computers are great at chess. But I can't do that. EAT looks good. I just need to think of a word that actually works. Maybe I don't do EAT though, because I'm not seeing something. ERT? Oh, exert. No, there's not two E's, so I can't do exert. I feel like we've had exert, haven't we? Blurt? No, blurt is with a U. Overt? Ooh, overt is fun. Computers are overtly better at chess than humans now. Okay. Well, I got nothing. Okay, so something else goes between that E and T. It's not ENT. It could be EST. Like crest? No, there's no R anymore. Yeah, without the R, it's hard to end in EST, actually, isn't it? There could be an A still. It could still be EAT. I'm thinking about LEAT, and I just don't see a word for it. Cleat, maybe? I don't think you need to wear cleats while playing chess, but... Oh, I was going to say, but it is the answer, but it wasn't. It could be cleft. Is there anything else? I think it is cleft. And I don't think there's anything else, so I don't think I need to worry about it. All right, I have no idea how to link cleft to chess, but there you go. I'm not even entirely sure what cleft means. I've heard it used in some contexts, but yeah, I'm not sure I completely understand the meaning. So anyway, I guess I'll look that up, or you can let me know in the comments. All right, cool. Well, let's spin the wheel of themes and see what I'm talking about tomorrow. All right, a California theme. So Graveyard 63 suggested California, 2 words related to California in some way. And of course, if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.